Yes, hello. I'm just gonna pop this down. Okay, hello. Welcome, Incorporation Nation. It's your boy, Isaac Anzu. Hello, Board Brain. Time is never on my side, but also I pretend it's not real. You gotta do what you gotta do. Let's see. We are in a bit of a pickle today because how have I been? Well, let's talk about that first. I am. Oof, it has been an adventure. Spent a month trying to get my internet back on, and the German data protection policies kept me from making any progress for a month without internet. And then when the internet did come back on, we discovered that my computer is actually not very good at connecting to the internet. Yo! Also, hi, JP. Thanks for the big old hug. Isaac is back and stronger than ever. Hooah! I wish. But we are working on it. We're getting ourselves situated back into the saddle, back into the routine. And of course, that means we got to play some Elden Ring. How are you, bud, other than internet shit? Good. I hurt my shoulder somehow. Like I pulled a muscle in it, and it's feeling a lot better. Still hurts a little, but I'm just upset that like some stretches and cracking can't get rid of that pain anymore. You know, getting old. My body is taking longer to recover. I don't have the Wolverine-esque healing factor of my youth. Now I have to, if I get a fucking, okay, my shoes, fucking, okay. Let me go back a little ways. I have two pairs of shoes. I have big old boots for the winter, which cover my hooves. And then in the summer, I have nicer shoes, like jogging shoes, sort of thing. And recently, I switched from the boots to the shoes. Boots to shoes. But little did I realize that these shoes had a fatal flaw. The toe, the big toe of the shoe, I know shoes don't have big toes. They just have one kind of mono toe. Like shoes are the equivalent of mittens, right? But right above my big toe, there's a crease in the shoe. I know, I creased my J's. I'm gonna crease your J's, Spider-Man. I creased my J's. And these fucking J's, no, they're not J's at all. They're fucking New Balance Athletics. Silly, simple shoes. But these shoes have a crease in them. And this crease is right above my big toe. And I've been doing a lot of walking lately because my internet's been out. So I have had just the most god-awful blister forming right on the knuckle of my big toe. Not even the knuckle, like what would you call that? What would you call that? Like not the tip, not the knuckle, but like the other thing. Yeah. Hugs, buddy. Thank you. Well, I'm not done with this story yet. So I remember in my youth when I would get blisters, specifically from like playing the guitar. I would get blisters so bad that they would form blisters and then the blisters would fill with blood. That's how much I was like playing the guitar. I remember specifically when I was a youth, popping one of those blisters and letting it all drain out, let the bruised blood come out to show them. And that shit healed so quick. Like the next day, it was just healed over and the callus was formed and I was ready to keep play more guitar. And now this fucking bloody ass toe blister is still here for like weeks. And it's like, at this point, it's finally like scarred over and become callousy. But the thing that they don't tell you about getting older is that things take longer to heal to the point that they start to overlap. So like, oh man, I've got this blister on my toe. It'll go away. But before it goes away, oh no, I hurt my shoulder. Now I have to deal with that too. Oh no, I stubbed my toe. Oh no, I bit my finger backwards. Oh no, I fucking have another nosebleed. I get nosebleeds really easily, actually. You know the anime trope where like you see something attractive and your heart starts beating so fast that you just get a spontaneous nosebleed? That's me. That's literally me. Except it'll happen at stupid times, like when I'm like reading shit in bed or when I'm in the shower. Pretty much always in the shower. Like the shower is just my body's cue to be like, time to lose some blood. Anyway, as I was saying, we're in a little bit of a pickle here because my cohort, my brother in arms, Dolo, is not online yet. I'm sitting here looking at Discord, just waiting for him to strike. But this is actually perfect because I have been wanting to just chill with y'all. Like, that's the goal, isn't it? To do some, chatting. Ignore the noises that are happening. I'm just setting up Elden Ring. Yeah, just need to find a site of grace so I can keep Elden Ring open and not spontaneously explode. Or get killed randomly while I'm chatting. You're always chill. It's a good outlook to have, kind of my thing. Now, here's something that I've experienced. So, as a youth, I was passionate, shall we say, and I got in fights, and I had fits of rage and all this sort of stuff. And then I went to an anger management course, and they taught me how to suppress my emotions. And my brain was like, yeah, that works. And then I did that for years. And what ended up happening, unfortunately, is that my when I was by the time I was in like high school, I was extremely chill, right? To the point where I almost thought of my emotional self as a different person, like a person that I didn't let out, right? And then in college, it was just like pure logic brain, right? I had do that a lot unintentionally and understand completely. Yeah, and then it wasn't until like most of the way through college that I met someone who had the guts to like, you know, take me by the head and shake me and say like, you're being an idiot, you're ignoring the people around you, you're going to hurt someone.
You all right?
And yeah, forever grateful to that person, because I started thinking about like, oh no, what happened? What?
You all right?
The it disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Hello? Are we back? We're back. Oh god. I thought this saga was over. Um we are back. Damn it. We had a whole stream with no problems and now this. Okay. Well, I do have Elden Ring running in the background. My graphics card is
Trust.
sitting up there nice and high, and the CPU is as well. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. Anyway, I don't know where you left off the story. Anyway, a friend of mine told me that I was being an idiot, and I believe too. And so began my journey of kind of being more empathetic, right? Starting to understand my own emotions and empathize with other people's emotions. And, you know, now I kind of have this chill demeanor, but I'm working on exploring the depth, right? So I'm not mad that I suppressed my emotions for so long, but it definitely has set me back, right? All the loves and good vibes to Isaac. Thank you, JP. And I feel like that's a common male experience, right? You're kind of told, like, don't lose your cool, don't get angry, don't, you know, express yourself, don't have feelings, don't love, don't cry, right? The important thing is that you, it's such a common male experience. Yeah. The important thing is that you need to be hard. You need to be strong. You need to be tough. You're saying things I've always heard too. It's sad, really. Yeah. And then, you know, you grow up and people are like, hey, why? Like, I'm your spouse, I'm your kid, why aren't you communicating with me? And you're like, I don't communicate, I don't empathize, I don't do that soft shit. Why would I? It's bad. but it's not bad. It's actually good. That's a real lesson here. Yeah, and honestly, you know, I think I've talked about this a little bit before in terms of like the internet doesn't provide spaces. The internet doesn't provide spaces where kids can interact with other kids about adults' topics without adults present, right? Like you only get DMs, right? Or private Discord servers. Honestly, I think Discord or something like Discord, because Lord knows Discord is going corporate. Have you seen a Discord ad yet? I've seen a Discord ad and I hated it. It's a very Microsoft way to do ads. Like just a little pop-up. Nothing nothing ever too intrusive. You can close it easily, but you have to see it. Right? That's the Microsoft way of doing ads. And then they just pitch to their advertisers. They say, look how many people looked at our ad. All these eyes could be yours. And they don't tell them how many people looked at it just because they were closing it. But yeah, in the same way that, there's not a whole lot of spaces for kids to, I don't know, have schoolyard chats, right? There's also not a lot of places for kids to have schoolyard fights. And I mean, I'm not condoning violence against children, but kids have strong emotions and they need space to safely express them, right? And I mean, we actually, my wife and I just watched Dungeon Meshi. Well, we're currently watching Dungeon Meshi because it's still going, because they're doing the whole story and it's so good. I love Dungeon Meshi. But there was a section where like these two dudes who were like not really getting along and had never really gotten along air their beefs, right? And they end up fighting each other, and like everybody's just like sitting around watching while these two dudes just air their complaints while beating the shit out of each other. And like sometimes you need that, right? I would rather have a fight with someone and get everything out and really like feel and experience those emotions than just continue to ignore it, just continue to suppress it, just continue to suffer, right? But speaking of airing beefs, oh my gosh. Is everyone up to date on the Drake versus Kendrick Lamar rap battle? I need to. I need to talk about this. Didn't even hear about it? Okay. So essentially, hey there, what have I missed? Hey, Pyrite, how's it going? Um, Here's what you have missed. We're just sitting here talking because Dolu's not online yet. Um, just talking about uh, starting fights and being hard and doing manly things, you know. But this, it's Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. Have you heard about this, Pyrite? The Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, the elusive Dolo is joining us tonight. Fantastic. I hope so. Actually, so he and I were talking a lot yesterday. You don't think you've heard of that either? Okay. He and I are talking, we'll talk about Dolu in a bit. I got to talk about this Drake and Kendrick Lamar stuff because it's insane. So, a while back, on one of Kendrick Lamar's first albums, Kendrick Lamar is a rapper, he dropped a track where he just dissed a lot of industry people, right? He just said, like, y'all are crazy, y'all are bad people, y'all are awful. I'm going to try to be the good person, right? And Drake, rapper, I mean, I call it, I say rapper, but he's more of like a pop star. Drake was on that list. And so ever since then, Drake's been kind of taking subtle jabs at Kendrick in his music. And Kendrick has been doing the same. It's like a rivalry. It's like they had unprocessed beef with each other, right? Well, Drake uh Drake decided to drop a diss track on Kendrick. Now, I don't know if you know anything about these rappers, but Kendrick is known for being like a Grammy winning lyricist, a powerful voice in the rap community, a icon of like what it means to be a a good person while being famous, right? Like, doesn't party, doesn't drink, talks about why he doesn't do those things, because he had bad experiences when he was young and he doesn't want to bring that into his career, right? And meanwhile, Drake is very much on kind of like the other side of the spectrum. Like, doesn't write his own stuff, very pop star, always embroiled in some kind of scandal. Made a song called God's Plan where the music video is just him giving out money. It's like the definition of what's that called? Like conspicuous charity, something like that, right? Where you're doing charitous acts, but you're filming it and uploading it and putting it all over the internet just so people can see that you've done charity acts, right? And I mean, yes, he still helped those people, right? They still got the money, but just kind of a very disingenuous person. And in my opinion, I'm on Kendrick's side. Kendrick was right to, call him out in that song. And Drake's been acting pissy about it for years. Well, Drake decides to drop this little diss track, and Kendrick is like, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. So they go back and forth, and they each release a few tracks. And just a couple days ago, Drake releases a track called Family Matters. Um, and essentially, in Family Matters, Drake is saying, hey, Kendrick, you are an abuser. You beat your wife. Family matters, man. And it doesn't to you. And that could be true because Kendrick has an entire album called Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers that is essentially about him failing so hard in his relationships that he has kind of a come to Jesus moment. And he realizes that he can't reconcile the person that his audience wants him to be with the person he has to be in his relationships. Like the ego doesn't line up. So I could absolutely see this being true. And it's kind of like, whoa, family matters, damn. And I don't think it was Family Matters, but also Drake used like AI voices of Tupac and Biggie Smalls to diss Kendrick, which is also just like, first of all, whack as hell. But second, it kind of evokes. So back in the day, Tupac and Biggie had beef with each other. East Coast, West Coast rappers, they were kind of like the central figures of it, and they had and they released diss tracks, right? So he's kind of saying like, yeah, man, look at this. We're also beefing. This is what big rappers do. We beef with each other, and then, I'm gonna call you out on your insecurities and your shortcomings, right? Um, and then not even an hour after Family Matters dropped, Kendrick Lamar drops a track called Meet the Grams. Graham is Drake's last name. And in Meet the Grams, Kendrick sends a personal message to each member of the Graham family. I'm reading this on genius.com. He exposes scathing allegations about Drake, many of which were never previously reported. The most notable is that Drake supposedly has an 11-year-old daughter and unspecified other children. He attacks other aspects of Drake's character. Like he's a sex trafficker and he's like a sex offender and all this sort of stuff, right? So essentially, it's like, like Drake is like, man, you're short and an abuser, and Kendrick's like, well, you want to tell your illegitimate secret daughter about your sex trafficking shit? Sounds like a huge rigmarole. Or ringarole. Rigmarole? I think I know the word you're saying, but I always heard it said as rigmarole. Rigmarole. Interesting. Must be a regional difference. That's interesting. I have to look this up now. Rigmarole. Rigmarole. A lengthy and complicated procedure. And then Rigmarole. Well, it might be a Kiwi iteration, uh, but also Google search results return 0 results for rigmarole. So maybe it's just your style. That's there you go. The special pyrite sprite style. Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, I kind of had the opposite problem growing up, where I would not talk to people too often and read a lot of books, especially fantasy books. So there was a lot of fantasy words that I just completely mispronounced. Like I pronounced melee as melee, which, it makes sense if you're reading it. And then Super Smash Bros. Melee came out, and I still didn't realize. It took me like years to for someone to say, like, hey, it's actually melee, not melee. I'm like, oh, like Super Smash Bros. Melee. That makes sense, actually. And then the other one that I remember clearly was I would pronounce inventory as inventory, which is how they pronounce it in England. So it's a legitimate pronunciation. It just sounds weird coming out of my American mouth. Um, oh, but yeah, this Drake and Kendrick shit. Like, I found out about it just a few days ago, and it's kind of crazy. Like, why would Drake do this? He knows how like good Kendrick is at rapping, and he knows, like, if his biggest like diss against Kendrick is like a scandal that Kendrick has kind of implied in his rapping already. Why would he do that? Because if you open that door, you're getting all your shit opened up. But I think Drake is one of those people who thinks like, yeah, I'm immune to my shit, right? Other people got problems. I got solutions. He's that kind of person. English language sucks. All sorts of things to make the sounds we already have letters for. The poor letter F feels so left out, right? F and C especially, because C you can either make with a K or an S. Like the letter C is completely unnecessary, which is actually how they do it in German, right? C is a very unusual letter, and Y is also unusual in German because they just use other letters like I or E or A. And they have the umlaut letters too. Umlaut. It's a tragedy that the word umlaut doesn't have an umlaut. Ugh. Ugh. I'm gonna ping Dolu again. Not that you know. I don't think that he's purposefully avoiding the stream. You know. But we did have a good talk yesterday, and he talked about how he hasn't been streaming recently because he's on a personal journey sort of thing. If you're in Dolu's Discord, then he's been talking about it. So I don't mind talking about it on stream. Yeah, he's been traveling and doing all sorts of stuff, and people's lives change, right? One of the things that I really strive for in my life is stability, predictability, that sort of thing. I like routines. I like knowing what I'm going to do before I start the day because I already have it planned out. I already know where I'm going, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, that sort of stuff. It's why I think having the internet really messed me up because I just had a lot of routine built into streaming. And yeah, suddenly that went away. I've been having personal talks with him too. I know a fair bit based on what he's told me, just having trouble finding the words to respond. It's tough, but sometimes just being a sounding board, just being there as a friend emotionally, right, can be really powerful. You know, there's that meme where like you're listening to someone complain about something and you hit them with like the seventh, man, that's crazy, and they don't stop talking, right? But you got to think about it from the other person's perspective. Like they need to talk about this. They need to air their beef. They need to clear the air. They need to open themselves up. And you might be saying, man, that's crazy. And thinking like, it's actually not crazy. It's boring. But the truth is, to them, it is crazy. It's wild. And they need to kind of, they need to kind of talk about it, right? And when I've recently been confronted with friends who have something to talk about, I find myself saying things like, that's so frustrating and that's really tough. And I can understand and sympathize. It's harder for me to empathize, right? I'm still working on that. I'm still working on like capturing the same feeling as them. And because of that, sometimes my words feel a little bit inauthentic to me, right? It's frustrating. Like intellectually, I can recognize that the correct thing to say is, wow, that sounds frustrating. And so I say it. And it sounds a little insincere to me. But every time they say that, they're always like, yeah, it is frustrating. Fuck. Thank you for understanding how frustrating this is. Because they're feeling the emotion, right? And I realize that this is like grade school shit for people with, complex emotional backgrounds. But I ain't that person. So I'm kind of experiencing this for the first time. And it's interesting and fascinating. I'm only happy to be the soundboards for some people. Yeah, sometimes that's all you got to do. I can understand that. It's because I tend to empathize too much. So I start to wonder, are they just looking to vent or are they wanting feedback? Yeah. One of the things that I like to say is that advice unrequested is often unheeded. And I think you really do have to wait until somebody is like explicitly saying, what do you think I should do? Or what would you do in this situation? Or how do I solve this? How do I fix this? Right. And it's so frustrating to be listening to someone and saying like, there's a solution. There's an easy way to solve this. And not give them that solution. But, people don't necessarily want solutions from other people, right? People want allies, right? They want to know somebody's in their corner so that when they do, find the solution, they have someone to celebrate it with, right? And I think that's kind of what makes a good teacher is helping people understand that they need help, right? Like no matter how hard you think about things, you're not gonna know, what the implications of the Constitution are on federal law unless you study, right? You need help. You know what you mean there? I had a person who used to talk to me about all sorts. All they wanted was someone to listen, as verbalizing it themselves helped them see the bigger picture. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the philosopher slash scientist slash whatever he calls himself, Jordan Peterson. But I did hear a good quote from him, which is people talk to think, right? A lot of people don't have the kind of mental schema to put things together without verbalizing them. And so just having someone to talk to, having someone to listen and validate your ideas can give people a lot of direction and comfort. Man, like we like to think of the brain as this like independent organ, and the mouth is the servant of the brain, right? But it's actually a very symbiotic relationship, right? What you say ends up being what you think, and not necessarily vice versa, right? Because people have impulsive thoughts and good intentions all the time, but that doesn't necessarily translate into good or bad speech or actions for that matter. You have to take people at their word, but sometimes those words don't reflect what they really feel. People make mistakes, Sometimes the brain just shuts off and the mouth just goes. I've actually found that to be true when I'm speaking German. Like, I don't know. I kind of shut my brain off. And so I have to memorize the German well enough that even when my brain is off, it knows the words more or less. Right. And it leaves me open to making grammatical errors in speech, so I have trouble with speaking. But I mean, that's what practice is for, right? Should I do a German only stream? Sprech nur Deutsch. So it was about this time yesterday that Dolu was free to stream, or to chat, I should say. So I wonder if he'll be on soon. In that case, perhaps we should jump on to Elden Ring. I mean, we can continue this conversation, but we can also play Elden Ring. Let's see. How does one... It's been so long. It's been so long. How do I, there we go. There we go. All right, let's transition. Wow. Ugh. So obviously we're not going to be doing anything important without our dear friend Dolu. But you know what is important? You know what's so important? We're going to practice Elden Ring. The jump button. So powerful. Oh, and we can just like gather. Look at all these how did that not? All right. Yeah, got it. Target practice. Acquire materials. Are you winning? Crundle, you missed the 45-minute you missed 45 minutes of just chatting. I did it. A 45-minute diversion. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna become the Elden Ring. Stop. Oh my gosh, wait, this weapon does amazing damage. I know. I sat here for 45 minutes. Well, the reason I sat here for 45 minutes is because my co-conspirator, Dolu, is not online yet. But I'm keeping an eye on the little Discord icon. I'm ready. Do we bully some sheep? Yeah, we talked about my shoes. My shoes have been bothering me a lot recently. Especially because, well, I mean, you may know this because of Khan's stream, but I've been walking a lot because of the internet outage. Now that the internet's back, I've been walking less and my toes can finally heal. But my shoes have been digging into my toes and it has not been nice. Not nice. I poke you. Oh, this is the +8 halberd, and we have a torch. And Radagon's Scar Seal. Oh, fuck. Hello, sir. Can we just dodge you? No. But I can poke you. Oh, and I do really good damage too. And you do really good damage too. Damn, son. Is it because the shoes are falling apart? Or your feet are just not used to walking? Or my feet are not used to the not walking? Ow. LMG, hello. How's it going? Dude, how's the game going? How's the game developing going? Potato Strike, right? It's been so long. I wish to know. Going well, chilling before bed. Nice. Get that sleep. That's important. What? Why is everybody like converging on my location? Who are these? Who are you? Arrow Strike was done in December. Now working on Potato Strike. So, elucidate for me the difference between Arrow Strike and Potato Strike. Because they're similar, right? Is Potato Strike the sequel? You're done being an airplane, now you are a potato. Oh, look at that. That's cool. It's partially that the shoes are falling apart, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I probably need a new shoe. Oh. We're getting a little bit of crashing here. My graphics card is struggling. So what if I did that? Rip graphics card couldn't handle the shoes. No, that doesn't decrease anything. When I talked to Dolo yesterday, he gave me some good advice about proper maintenance of a graphics card. And so I cleaned my graphics card for the first time in 3 years. And instantly my graphics card usage dropped like 20%. Like, whoa, no shit. I didn't know I had to do that. It makes sense. Arrow Strike's a bullet hell Metroidvania. Potato Strike's a pure bullet hell spin-off. I'm sorry, little one. Bullet hell Metroidvania. Sounds cool. I'm not too good at bullet hells. It's one of those genres that, you know, everybody's played Undertale, but Undertale is like the tip of the iceberg, right? Undertale is baby's first bullet hell. You eventually you figure out like, oh, Toho exists. Real bullet hells exist. It's not just cute little animals shooting bullets at you. It's cute little anime girls shooting lots and lots of bullets at you. Let's collect all the rune skulls in the castle. I'm sorry, Poitle neck meat. It's more of a, to be honest, it's more of a gradient than instantly reaching Toho levels, but yeah. Apart from the R-Type Delta games, the biggest bullet hell that I played is Ikagura. When you're ready, you won't have to dodge the bullets. I don't know what this marker is. By the minor Erd tree? I mean, okay. Ikagura is another great bullet hell. There's 2 bullet colors, and your ship can absorb one of them at will. Never made it past level 2. It sounds like the classic bullet hell experience. Let's try to kill this dragonfly. Wow, that was easy. Thank you, Lock On. If Nier Automata counts, the last bullet hell I played, Nier Automata definitely counts. They've got those huge bullet hell sections. Had a lot of fun and finished it a few times on Dreamcast. That's a really interesting mechanic. So there's, like, you can kind of decide which bullets you think would be easier to dodge. That's cool. I'm actually struggling with Potato Strike's Mission 3. I've only made it to the last boss once in a playtest. Really? Might have to tone down a few spawns. It reminds me of the story of Bennett Foddy testing getting over it. Like, he would make these really hard sections and then hey, where'd you go? He would make these really hard sections and struggle to beat them, but then when they were beatable, when he finally beat them, he felt like he couldn't make them easier because they were technically winnable. And he didn't want to, oh, I can see you behind me. They do so little damage. They're just so annoying. Get back here. The ultimate test of strength builds. Kill the dragonflies. Interesting. What if I... Okay. I know that feel. I've learned that it's a developer trap. Technically beautiful for the person who knows the most about things is... Get back here. Oh no, now there's two of them. Okay, now there's one of them. Technically beatable for the person that knows the most about the thing is not a reasonable difficulty level. Yeah, and if you're not trying to make a game like Getting Over It, where it's the point is that it's difficult, right? If you're not making a game like that, you really shouldn't be, doing anything like that in the first place. It kind of makes me wonder how... Oh, we did the samurai slicing past each other thing, and the mosquito won. Wait, it's a dragonfly, not a mosquito. Kind of makes me wonder how much like beta testing Getting Over It had. My thought is probably none, right? Probably none at all. Oh, you kidding me? I will not die to Dragonfly. I find the best difficulty level is where both the player and the game constantly shift in power levels. Yeah, absolutely. Like, especially in Metroidvanias where you get these upgrades, right? The ideal is that it gets harder and harder until you get the upgrade, and then suddenly everything is easy again. But that opens up a new tier of difficulty that allows you to push things harder and harder until you get to the next upgrade and things are easy again. I think Hollow Knight did that really well, because each new spell you get unlocks new ways of fighting and makes things a little bit easier. Is our friend over here? No, there's normally a dude over here. His name is forgettable. But he's all like, don't go to the dragon on the lake. It's dangerous. A site of grace. Okay, I know I said I wouldn't make any progress without Dolu. This isn't progress. This is just helpful. Yeah, like each spell you get in Hollow Knight helps you immensely. Give me your item, the golden rune one. Your sacrifice was worthy. I promise. An arrow strike, I made sure to give all the weapons a specific use and have enemies and waves where that use comes into play. Hell yeah. You know what you're doing. That's cool. I know that Khan played through all of Arrow Strike on stream. But it's one of those games, right? Like, Elden Ring for me, or Souls-likes for me, is not that hard. You know, I can do it just fine. Hey, dagger. Oh wait, you came down anyway. I can do it just fine and talk about what I'm doing, talk about anything, talk about life, talk about Kendrick Lamar versus Drake rap battle. You don't come down. Why don't you come? Oh my god. Might be a little over leveled for this area, actually. Oh, I can actually level up. Fully understand. I'm the opposite. I can do shooters and stuff, but I can't do souls likes. Yeah, it's different like areas of your brain. And you develop them, right? And for me, the like dodging stuff is so easy that I can just do it and talk about whatever I want to talk about while I'm... You jerk. The freaking dragonflies. Talk about whatever I want to talk about while I do it. You know, despite being a big fan of visual novels, I have found that I can't really like divide my attention that much between, there we go, between the words on the screen and the words in the chat and the words in my brain. It doesn't work in my head like that. Excuse me? There you go. Man, the hitbox on this, the rust, is really quite narrow. Ooh, don't fall into the giant hole. One of the few giant holes of death in the overworld. Yep. Sometimes it's fun to just run around in Souls-likes and, you know, completely depopulate an area. Especially in Dark Souls 2. Like, people are like, oh, Dark Souls 2 is too easy because once you kill the enemies like 10 times or whatever, they stop spawning and then it's not hard anymore. And then you don't have to do anything and it's so easy and the challenge is gone. Yeah, man. I like doing that. I like feeling like I have mastered an area. Right? Different strokes for different folks, I guess. Wandering through the... Oh, let's kill that guy. Hey, friend. Riding around on your horse. Just use the Conqueror's Covenant if that's the case. Yeah, right? You're so mad about your difficulty loss. The game gives you the option to ignore it. I think that's the thing that people... I mean, like Dark Souls 2, it's different, right? And it's different in strange ways. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize you could guard counter with not a shield. That's pretty slick. If anything, enemies not responding can make the game harder, so you can't just farm areas forever. Yeah, and that's why in Dark Souls 2, there's whole strategies built around the item that lets enemies respawn, particularly bosses. Ow, ow, ow. I have my gripes with DS2, but it was an enjoyable experience. Yeah, I think it's closer to a a traditional RPG experience. Hello, doggy. where you actually have to like focus on leveling up and your build more than dodging, right? Dodging is a possibility in Dark Souls too, but making a build where you don't have to dodge is incredibly easy. I stab you in the back. Personally, I always wanted to make Arrow Strike keep track of the last 2 rooms you cleared, but I always ran into trouble with it. Interesting. What would be the goal in keeping track of the last 2 rooms? Like, so you couldn't just go back and farm it? I take your stone sword key. I stab. I stab. I stab dog. Honestly, I'm really interested in video game development. It's just the coding part, right? There are multiple sections where you have to avoid extra enemies if you try to go back and save the game between big fights. Interesting. So it'd be kind of a convenience thing. That's nice. One of the games, like, oh yeah, you already went through here. You can go back through without worries. For sure, for sure. All right. Do you know this, do you know this area? Do you know this part of the Elden Ring game? There are rats in this area. Which of course means that this is all a lie. This is the lying chest. But it's actually a legitimate chest in this ruins. It's just in this cut off area. Ta-da! Only way to get in here is with your horse. I forget what you get here. Might have to come back here with Dilu. Speaking of which, I should check Discord. Still not on, huh? Still not on. I hope everything's all right. Oh, Dolu, the twin blade. Oh, that's actually cool. Not as good as my current halberd. We dig it. I guess that's where you get the twin blade early if you want such a thing. All right. We can't go into the lake because that's where the dragon is. We're not dummies. I ain't no dummy. I've tried to get into programming in the past. I did some Visual Basic stuff on my graphing calculator, the ultimate starting point for any good programmer. Fight me, Dragonfly. I did some programming stuff on my graphing calculator, and I also took a course on Python. Will you come down and eat my sword? Eat my sword. Thank you for standing still. It's going to get dark soon. The night is when we must fear them. I guess, you know, I build this stream as late night overtime. Kind of is, because Dolu's not here. I'm just working the night shift by myself, cleaning up these swamps. There's more crabs in here, right? Anyways, oh, there's crabs. Anyways, right now all I have to worry about is enemy density enemy scaling, player scaling. In Potato Strike, you gain EXP and level up. Nice. Oof. Oof. Yeah, I know that scaling is kind of the traditional way to increase difficulty, right? Like, what you call it, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is a massive game. Only has, like, what? Like 10 enemy types outside of bosses. And, or it's even less than that. It's like 5 or something, some ridiculously small number of enemy types outside of bosses. And even then they repeat a lot of the bosses a lot. He runs, he knows. I'll be honest, I have very little clue what some of these crafting materials do. But I know that you need dragonfly heads for the poison boluses. And I know you need the thin beast bones for making throwing knives. So we're collecting thin beast bones in order to make all the throwing knives we'll ever need. I was quite disappointed in Breath of the Wild. Really? Well, but you generally do play those kind of expansive RPGs anyway. So I imagine that you found Breath of the Wild a little bit aimless, a little bit short. Because there's so little that you actually have to do in Breath of the Wild. I kind of felt the same way, actually. I like it when there's, oh, let's use the there we go, a nice strong attack for especially compared to Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. Yeah, those are definitely more plot-driven games. I can understand perfectly where you're coming from. Hi, bud. Now that I know I can guard counter, oh, that's all I'm gonna do. Sorry to all sword users. Guard countering's on the menu. Breath of the Wild is more of an exploration game than a Zelda game. Ahoy! Hey, Kana. We're talking about Breath of the Wild and how it's they really changed the formula for Zelda games. Yeah, it's not even really a Zelda game, as you said. It's like, do you want to explore Hyrule? For the Wii games, Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess were really good too, but I never got to play them. Yeah, I've heard they're good. It's just kind of, you know, the opposite problem, right? Whereas, oh god, they got spellcasters. I'm screwed. Okay. Where are you, spellcaster? I see you. I see you up there. They're so much more story-driven. How dare Breath of the Wild still be full price, though? Yeah, they fucking released the sequel. Give us a discount, damn it, Nintendo. Twilight Princess is a game that's so well made, you don't realize that some bits are kind of mid. I love it. Interesting. I haven't played Twilight Princess or many Zelda games for sure. I did play through Breath of the Wild, but if I'm going to compare it, I think I'm going to compare it to Neo. I really enjoyed Neo, and Neo is a game that is like very much like you are a protagonist. This is your story. You have to follow it. It's not like a lot of Souls-likes, because a lot of Souls-like are like, you're nobody. You could be anyone. Play through this world, win things by, fate and skill. And then Neo is like, no, you're a specific person. You have allies. There's a ninja girl who is super into you for unclear reasons. But we don't complain about that. No, we don't. I see you, magic user. There's multiple bosses that are extremely simple, but the game makes it feel like epic battles, so you don't care anymore. Like one boss almost never attacks, but you still feel like you're in Shadow of the Colossus. Now talk about games that I need to play. Shadow of the flipping Colossus. It seems like it would be right up my alley. Take that. And I steal your butterflies. You and me both. Yeah, it's just another one of those games that was like a PlayStation exclusive for a long time, and the time period in which it was a PlayStation exclusive is also the time period that I was like playing games. I wish to guard counter you, but you have countered my guard counter. How dare you? With a follow-up attack? This man thinks he can beat me with a follow-up attack. Well, there's more than one trick in this Chimera's book. I smack. Oh, shit. All right. All the boys are going to be coming now. Why can't I ever get, like, the horn of calling your allies? I would use it right now to call Dolu. Where are you, Dolu? Why can't I find you? Ugh. That said, I think if you enjoy exploration and you're familiar with the Zelda series, then Breath of the Wild is an amazing game. Right? But you really have to be on board with the kind of like storyless wandering that it offers. Because it is not a it is not a goal-oriented game. And I like goal-oriented games. Ooh. My partner and I went to a garage sale / brewery event today, and we got some pretty neat stuff. Garage sale brewery event? That sounds sick. You know, I know that German beer is like the stereotypical thing, but I have not gone to any German breweries yet. And I know there are some around here that like actually offer tours and stuff. Maybe that's my next adventure. I like having adventures. Personally, I loved wandering in Breath of the Wild. Nothing like getting lost and finding a macho club sauna. It's fun. It's just not very Zelda. And I think that that's one of the things that people Rick, I knew that was going to happen. Quick before he reloads. Okay, we didn't make it before he reloads, but we can at least get on the other side of the ballista. Hey, you. Man, this halberd is so good. Who knew that just having a +8 weapon in the early game would be so good. Free samples everywhere, and I experienced my most Canadian purchase ever. Freshly made cheese curds. Oh, damn. Actually, very, very cool. I don't know how I got that backstab, but we are here for it. Let's take a sippy. Can I operate the cannon? No, but I can break the cannon. Let's break the cannon. No one survives the depopulation event. Not even the cannon. Get out of here. Actually, I have to tell you, Kana, I think I've had more poutine in the last year than I have in the rest of my life combined, because there's actually a restaurant, quite popular restaurant around here too, in Germany, called Frittenwerks or Fryworks. And you know, your boy tried poutine for the first time in Canada, and she's dead. Okay. And boy, the game changer. So now we get Frittenwerks very often. I had poutine today. I eat it more often than I'd like to admit. Also got a wireless controller so I can use my Steam games on the TV. Nice. You know the joy of wireless now. Actually, funny story. Right before we lost our internet, my wife and I purchased a Ally for her. An Ally is kind of like a Steam Deck. It's a little handheld gaming computer. And wouldn't you know it, we lost internet the same day. So despite having a handheld gaming computer, we couldn't update Steam on it. And in particular, she couldn't synchronize her Baldur's Gate 3 progress. And so she couldn't play Baldur's Gate 3 on her little new device. But now that we've got internet back, she can play Baldur's Gate 3 on the couch. And she's very, very happy about that. Because she is definitely a laying down gamer, not a standing up gamer. Remember when I went to Canada during a special trip and everyone loved poutine? It is so surprisingly good. But I guess it's only surprisingly good. Wow, that was a big splody boy. It's only surprisingly good because normally you wouldn't think of gravy and cheese as a good combination. But it actually is. It's a powerful combination. Brother. Still have to play Bloodstained. Did manage to play a friend's game, Bug Fables. I'm working my way through my backlog of games slowly but surely. Doesn't help that I bought 7 games today. In my defense, they were a total of $7 with the sales. Was there a sale happening right now? I do have Steam. There's the EA Publisher sale. Oh, Farming Fest. Yeah. No, I can imagine that there are a lot of games that you would probably like. Stardew Valley is under $10. Manor Lords, I have heard people playing that game. Heard of people playing that game. What's the cheapest game we can see here? Rusty's Retirement, $6.29. Swear, Steam sales just made me look at console games differently. Yeah, it's a big change, right? I get that item? I guess I already got that item. I can buy 4 to 6 PC games or 1 Switch game. Yeah. I think in the end it just means like you really have to be sure about your purchases on console. But at least the pretty much all the consoles have started doing the online membership thing. So like you have the Nintendo e-store and you have the PlayStation Network. Yeah, you have the PlayStation Network, which is in the news right now. And you have the Xbox Live membership, right? And they do offer games at discounts. Oh shit. It's a boss. Fuck. I forgot. There's bosses at night. Okay, we can't do the boss without Dolu. So we're gonna run away. PSN, everyone's most beloved gaming network. Currently, it's that is a hilarious statement. Peak comedy. Everyone's most behated currently. We actually sold our physical games today. Our Xbox 360 and PlayStation kicked the bucket, so we had no use for the games anymore. That's oh Jesus, more fucking dragonflies. There's a lot of drama going on in the moment. Yeah. Can you imagine, like, I wanna know how many players Helldivers is actually going to lose because they can't sell their game in a non-PSN country anymore. I can't believe Sony finally got a golden goose, like at the level of Call of Duty days in Modern Warfare. Just decided to snap its neck. Yeah, because they got to get them PSN bucks, right? They got to get your email so that they can sell it to whoever buys emails. There's a Grace up there that we didn't get. Sure. It's actually patently ridiculous. It is. I know it was originally a PlayStation game, but it is now a PC game, right? And like, if you're gonna do that shit, just do it from the beginning. It's that way that people who live in countries where the PlayStation Network does not exist don't buy your game, right? It's just incredible. Like, the short-sightedness is incredible. That's Sony for you. Not the smartest. Then there's all this crap going along with censoring their other games. I see some thumbnails, but I get to the point where not watching it's just, it's just. My take on the news is like, you know, at some point it'll be important enough that I actually have to care, right? I can't make anti-poison boluses. Damn it. Watching a train crash is only entertaining so many times. Yeah. And you know, that's how I feel about politics as well. Like, oh man, politicians are bad people. Oh man, they're voting against our rights. Yeah, man, I know. Like, I'm not gonna say it's a good thing, but I'm also not going to subject myself to it over and over again. Like, you have to pick and choose your battles, or you start losing your humanity, right? Or kind chimeranity in my case. Very important distinction. Ooh, did we just get a little crash there? Did we just get a little pause? Did we just get a little freeze on the graphics card? I think we did. Yeah, not to say you should completely ignore it, but you don't need to religiously follow it either. Which is honestly why I liked... So, before Reddit really started sucking, I liked just looking at the top of Reddit. Because they would have like the one most important news story of the day. They're like, oh, that's the most important thing that's happening today? Got it. Now I know, and I can go on with my life. But then Reddit started sucking because, listen, here's a little tip. If you ever want to like make an online game or presence or anything like that, right? You are a flower, you little punk. That was a godsend. Now it's like, I don't care that a dog farted weird, right? Like now Reddit is just a bunch of bullshit. And even like the news stories, it's like, oh man, yes, Trump is farting in court. Great. How's is the trial? I guess the trial is not important. Farts, very important. Trial, I guess no news. But here's a little tip for you if you ever try to do an online thing. If you don't make your algorithm, the bots will make your algorithm for you. That's the lesson of Reddit, right? Because Reddit's like, we don't need an algorithm. We have community voting. The community will decide what's important. The bots have decided what's important. And the bots have decided that, you know, a funny video where the word Coca-Cola is in the video title is the most important thing you need to see today. Right. Or dude eats dinner in a funny way and whoops, he's wearing Nikes and the Nikes are very prominently featured. Oh, my poor graphics card is dying again. It's dying. I thought we solved this issue, bro. I thought we were better than that. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I am very high up. The hand ballista. Okay. Oh, hello. He's like, thought you could get away with it, did you? Stealing from us. Yes, I did, and I will. Ah, yes. Anyway, I got a bell tomorrow. It's going to be very busy. Have fun stabbing your graphics card with the halberd. Thank you. And I hope you sleep well, LMG. Thanks for stopping in. Always nice to talk to you, especially about video games. We stand video games. Whoa. We also bought a CD stand today. Oh God, am I about to get these nuts? No. CD stand? CD stand on these nuts for like $10. You have a lot of CDs? Although I guess if you have a lot of CD cases. Look at this graphics card struggling. Oh, it's dying. Oh, baby, is it dying? I was kind of worried that it would struggle if I did OBS and the graphics card at the same time. Is this a sign that I need to just buy the PlayStation, give my soul to the PSN network? We can I'll be finally able to play Helldivers. Man, a local man tries not to be a clown. Is actually the biggest clown. We own a bunch of CDs, and the stand for it is almost my height with slots for the CDs. God damn. That's a nice CD stand. Kana, I have to ask. If you saw the opportunity, would you D's nuts me? Would you do it? Would you do it? Would you D's nuts me? If the opportunity arose. I remember we had a CD rack. 100%. Thank you. Good friend. I remember we had a CD rack growing up. I feel it would be an insult not to. Yeah. Listen, as a content creator, it's important for me to stay up to date on the important things happening on the internet. And that includes every single D's nuts joke. If you're not helping me discover all the newest D's nuts joke, then, you know, are we really friends? No, I'm just kidding. But I appreciate it. It's like the most good-natured ribbing you can imagine. Just hilarious little puns. I did a chat once and they told me to leave. No, boo. It's just puns, bro. It's just puns. Oh, look at them! Look at them frames dropping. Look, we're. I have my whatchamacallit, my task manager open. Just sitting here watching my GPU percentage slowly climb up to 100 and then crash back down to 20. Oh, they were guarding poop and string. So valuable. Puns make me laugh too hard. That and good dad jokes. I think my humor is a bit broken. Playing the business grind, I see. Hi, Ray. Welcome to the business grind. Unfortunately, Dolu is AWOL today. So, oh, you are. Very beefy. Okay, perhaps my halberd is not as good as I thought it would be. Yeah, Dolu is taking leave of absence today. He's on a business trip. So we're just poking around. Not doing anything important, just talking about D's nuts jokes. Heard any good ones recently? I'll send you a pun that cracks me up in your memes Discord. Please do. Wish him the best on his business. Honestly, yeah. Back in the day, when I used to run D&D games for my friends in person, so pre-pandemic, I had a friend who was really into D&D and wait, how are you alive? How are you all alive? Did I sit at a site of grace? I don't think I did. Okay, well, that's right. We can do it again. We can dance. I had a friend who was really into D&D, and he's like one of those people who you really want at your D&D table because he's funny, and he's super into it, and he just makes the entire game better. And unfortunately, he was also extremely difficult to get to commit to a D&D game. Like, he just struggled with being consistent with his schedule, right? And you know, I'm not blaming his, like, you know, the classic thing is like, what a bad friend, what an inconstant person. No, he had his own problems. Get back here. But it made me so mad one time when he skipped out at the last minute. And I mean, that's what Dolu's doing right now, but I've grown since then. All I can do is hope that Dolu is okay, you know. Also, I need to read this pun real quick. Pun. Memes. It's a picture of a key to someone's home with a character face on it from Monsters Incorporated, and the caption is Mike Wachowski. That's a good one. Do you prefer One Republic or Imagine Dragons? I prefer not. Thank you. That's an awful question. Don't ask me that again. Crafts it up each time. May I add something? How would you recommend dealing with imposter syndrome? Imagine dragging these nuts up on your face. I think I successfully avoided that one. But excellent work. One Republic, though? I think One Republic is clearly superior. Okay. There's a talisman in that tower. We're going to wait until Dolu's here to get it. It's actually a really good one. Probably the one that I'm going to use for the rest of the game. It's the turtle talisman. Turtle. Well, how would you recommend dealing with imposter syndrome? So it depends on the cause. Because I think that people have imposter syndrome for different reasons. And I think the most common reason is comparison. Like, you're comparing yourself to other people, and you see them succeed, and then you see other people put you in the same category as them, right? Like, wow, this person is doing so good. They're so cool and powerful. And they are like the ideal of an artist. And therefore, I cannot possibly be an artist because I'm not like them. They're so cool and powerful. Hello, wolf, give me your bones. Ooh, Starlight Shard. Starlight Shard's not all that useful for a strength build, but that's okay. Bad advice maybe, but how I deal with imposter syndrome is counter everything by gaslighting myself. Yeah, I don't know if that's the best long-term solution. It is a solution. Just say, no, I am the best, actually. Don't know if that's the best long-term solution. Pretty sure we already fought this boss, so I can kill these gravity guys. It's a brutish solution by brute forcing it. Yeah. My solution for dealing with, I've heard from a few streamers that they feel it sometimes. Maybe it comes with the territory. Not necessarily. Oh, ouch. I find that if like something is a common feeling in a particular area, it's not necessarily inherent to that area. It's just a like, it's an easy trap to fall into. That's all it is. And honestly, I think it's a super easy trap to fall into for streamers because our entire like, oh, these guys don't have a lot of HP. Our entire deal is based around numbers, right? And so, you know what's super easy to compare? Numbers. Poke. Smack. Drink. Oh, there's one more somewhere. Where are you? Surely I would get my flasks back. Surely. Numbers are easy to compare, and so it's a super easy mental trap to fall into. To start comparing your numbers to the people you admire. Oh, there we go. Zahando, move 1. Satai Ryoku. Ryoku, these nuts. I'm gonna hand these nuts. I'm sure there's some Japanese these nuts jokes that we're missing out on. Poke. My friend's name is Ryoku. How could you? I heard a story that someone met Neil Armstrong at the super fancy party with tons of celebrities, and even he felt a bit imposter syndrome, like he didn't belong among everyone. Yeah, and I think that again just goes to show. Have you heard of meta? Meta mis huevos en tu boca. Okay, thank you for the multilingual pun there. I appreciate it. Now I have to think of German These Nuts poems. Poems? Jokes. Can we write a These Nuts poem? An ode to the nuts. Give me the foot. These birds are supposed to drop feet. Oh, free? Yes, for free. Oh, free! The nutty haiku. Someday. Someday we will devote a stream to the These Nuts haikus. Man, that could be an unrecognized art form. The way to avoid mental traps, because like mental traps are common. Ooh, stretch and hydrate. Why, thank you, Kana. Mental traps are really common. Ugh, you gotta watch out for them. And imposter syndrome is definitely a mental trap, right? The feeling like you don't belong because you're not as good as the people around you or the people associated with you. Yeah, nice big hydrate there. Generally, the way to avoid mental traps is to kind of examine your mental processes. When you're thinking things, like start asking, why am I thinking this? Where did this idea first come from? You know, what made this idea stick in my mind so strongly, right? And I'll be honest, a lot of times when you start examining yourself like that, you will find that there are defining events in your past that have caused you to think this way. Some people call them traumas. They don't have to be traumatic, though. See, look. I'm just gonna grab it. The toy hole shell. Warming stone. It's not a talisman at all. It's a shield. Okay, maybe I misjudged which item was here, but it was a turtle-based item. You can't deny me that. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to break your campfire there, bro. All right, now that it's nice and daytime, even though it's still raining, we can ride through here without triggering a boss fight. Huzzah. But I think that for common mental traps, like imposter syndrome, you'll find that the things that you discover about yourself, the things in your past, are not traumas at all, but just quote unquote normal parts of being raised in a society, right? And I think the biggest thing with imposter syndrome comes from hero worship, right? We see the heroes in our lives as inhuman, as greater than human, unassailable, powerful figures that are, you know, titans compared to us little mortals. And of course, we see ourselves as mortals. So, and then that's really common and perfectly normal. And thus, I think if you kind of start to gain that status of celebrity or hero or whatever you admire, right? You start believing that you can't possibly achieve the inhuman things that your heroes have done, right? You're comparing yourself to them. And the comparison is deep rooted. Like how many streamers cite YouTubers as their inspiration? Pretty much everyone, right? Pretty much everyone is, you know, influenced by some sort of YouTuber. Damn, look at that damage. This damage is so good. How did this guy ever lose his damn castle? Thank you for the smithing stone. Experience imposter syndrome 2023. I was really curious on what I was feeling, but mostly it came from me not living up to the standards of what I used to do. Like I used to dish out 5 vids while managing school. I don't know what, but I lost to the grade, but right now I'm managing. Even, and this is a really common source of struggle, you know, comparing yourself not even to your heroes, but to someone, some part of yourself from the past or an expectation of yourself to the future, right? If anything, seeing achievements from others only makes me want to grow stronger. Yeah, I understand completely. And I think that is part of it. Like, oh, these are the birds. These are the birds that drop the feet. There's a thing that I think about a lot, and it's this idea of your perception of time and your expectations of time, right? So if you are looking into the past with negative feelings, that's regret. If you're looking into the past with positive feelings, that's pride. You know, one of the 7 deadly sins. And if you're looking into the future with negative feelings, that's worry, or in extreme cases, anxiety. And if you're looking into the future with positive feelings, that's hope, right? So why do we have such negative connotations towards 3 of those things and not hope? Why is it so bad to look into the past or future unless you're just looking into the future positively? My argument is that it's not actually a good thing. Give me the feet. Still no feet. Where are the feet at? Sea Dog's charity event that happened recently, goals. Absolutely. Like, I think that modeling is important. Modeling your behavior on others is extremely important. You want to run a good charity event? You know, this charity event that Sea Dog VA ran probably has tons of great ideas in it that you should use, you should pull, right? Everything about it. Steal, copy, borrow, whatever you want to call it. Be influenced by it. However, you're still setting up this expectation, right? You're still setting up hope. And my argument is that hope pulls us away from the future. Hope is emotional. Or, oh no, it doesn't pull us away from the future. It pulls us away from the present, right? There's a healthy amount of hope because you do need goals, right? You do need to emotionally invest yourself in your goals. Just like there's an emotionally healthy amount of worry, right? You should be cautious about things. There's an emotionally healthy amount of regret. Like you should, reflect on your actions. There's an emotionally healthy amount of pride. Like you should be happy when you do something good. But if you take them too far, healthy amount of worry, what's that like? Yeah. I think the healthy amount of worry is called caution. Appropriate caution. We beat that guy, right? Yeah, we did. We only have a few more bosses on the Weeping Peninsula. I really hope Dolu's okay. I'm sure he is. But life happens, you know. So I think that for most people, imposter syndrome happens when you see your heroes as this unattainable, inhuman force, right? Or figure of legend. And you don't see any way that you, in your mortal frame, could ever do such a thing. And thus, you believe that you could never do such a thing. And then when your efforts pay off and you actually do the thing, you feel like you haven't actually done it, right? You haven't actually done enough. You haven't actually earned it yet because you're not. The reach on the halberd is so good. You actually have to, yeah, you haven't actually earned it yet because you're not. You're not inhuman yet. But I mean, going back to talking about Kendrick Lamar, because that's what we were talking about earlier, you know, that's exactly what Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is all about. It's about Kendrick trying to preserve his morality despite reaching this status where he does feel like he is bigger than life, right? How do you preserve your morality when you feel like you're so influential, like anything you do is so important? It's tough. Mo money, mo problems. That's what they say. Healthy kind of worry feels like something like you still worry and still go on, but do your thing for the best. Yeah. Caution, right? Now, I think that there is a lot to be said for having an appetite for risk. But I think having a good appetite for risk usually comes with a lot of self-evaluation. Give me the damn foot. Oh! The foot. We got him, boys. Got the foot. It was not for free. It took quite a lot of time. Yeah, somewhere, I don't think I have it. No. Oh, wait, I do. Yeah, if we can find gold fireflies, we can use the gold pickled fowl foot to increase the amount of runes we get. Healthy kind of worry feels like something you still worry, but still want to do the thing for your best. Yeah. It's kind of like drinking or substance abuse, right? It's not an addiction until it starts affecting your life in a negative way, right? If you have a drink and you enjoy it, that's not alcoholism. But if you start being unable to do things without drinking, if you start experiencing health problems because of your excessive drinking, that is a problem, right? It's the same deal. Worry is healthy as long as it doesn't prevent you from still doing the things that you want to do. Fear is healthy as long as it doesn't prevent you from still doing the things that you need to do. Right? We already go this way. Mountains of dead birds say yes. We're just here, chatting, philosophizing, decimating the local wildlife population, giving them bones. I don't even know what I'm going to do with all this crap. I'm sure you could craft things with these. The furrow calling finger remedy. Yes. I don't need that because I have the seamless co-op mod on. Decimating local populations of wildlife. Item? No. So I'm wondering, because there are different reasons for imposter syndrome, I'm wondering if what I'm talking about resonates with you, Kana. I tried playing the beginning of Bayonetta earlier to test my controller. How do you like Bayonetta? I haven't played it, but I get the feeling that it's not a game for me. In the same sense that like Devil May Cry is not really a game for me. Bayonetta feels like Devil May Cry, but I hear it's very empowering as a female protag. It's chaotic AF. I'm excited to see how ridiculous it gets. Hell yeah, we love a little chaos. It's the don't tell Lumi kind of game. Stereotypically, yeah, you probably shouldn't tell your wife you're playing Bayonetta. But I think Lumi would probably be okay with it.
What?
Bayonetta? Lumi says Bayonetta's cool.
Question.
If I started playing Bayonetta, should I tell you?
Yeah.
She said she'd love to watch.
Why would Bayonetta not be okay?
You know, it's very sexual. Yeah,
Just don't get banned from Twitch. You're fine.
just don't get banned from Twitch. That's the. Did anyone else see that sheep just fall through the earth?
What?
They've resorted to breaking the confines of reality to escape my blade. Your friends will not be so lucky. Give me your bones. Yeah, Bayonetta seems cool. How many bones do we have? 42 bones. We can make bone arrows. Bone arrows. Bone arrows. Did we already go this way? No, I don't think so. Some people are streaming it right now. Oh, really? I wonder if it has like a stream safe mode. Hello? Ah, look at that. Dolo and I have come this way. The signs are everywhere. I'm gonna have all these like low-level materials. Thankfully in Elden Ring they don't like clog up your inventory. You know what I'm saying? I just have like infinite row of fruit storage. It's very nice. Mushroom, mushroom. I don't need to worry about whatever. All right, let's go to the other half of the peninsula. I think I've sufficiently cleared out this area. What was I talking about? Yeah, stream safe mode. Benicula was talking about stream safe mode just the other day with Fallout 4. Like, there's so much licensed music in it. You kind of have to have a streamer-friendly mode if you want people to stream your game. Or maybe. Oh no! Why? Well, it's not nighttime. Which Bayonetta do you prefer? Are there multiple? Oh wait! Oh, there's multiple games, right? Go away! Go away! Go away! I don't wanna fight you. Okay. We had to go to the village of crazy people, but we shook them. Crazy rats. 1, 2, or 3. I have no idea. I'll be honest, I didn't even know that there was a third one. Is the story good? The Bayonetta story? The Bayonetta story is just the story of Bayonetta stomping on the balls of
Why can't a leopard hide?
Why can't a leopard hide? Because it's always spotted. Oh, that's a good one. I've not heard that one before. That is the answer, right?
Because he's always spotted.
Yeah! That's funny. I haven't heard that one before. Why can't a leopard hide? Because he's always spotted. We gotta tell that one to Zarkon. Very important.
What did the duck say when it bought chapstick?
What did the duck say when it bought chapstick? Oh, is this put it on my bill? I'm ready. I'm ready for the punchline. Did I guess it right? You got it? Yeah. My wife says I'm very hard to surprise because I guess surprises very easily, including like the end of stories and jokes. What's funny is that she's started guessing the ends of jokes and stories as well, and so now we're getting to that point where we're just like constantly finishing each other's sentences. It's cute.
What do you call a penguin in the White House?
What do you call a penguin in the White House? Let me think about this one. I don't think I've heard this one before. You can still tell the answer, but I don't know. That's a good one. Lost. All right, you got me. That's good. A shaggy dog joke.
My drunk bestie can't tell if they're into boys or girls. I guess they weren't thinking straight.
Ah, that's funny. My drunk friend can't tell if they're into boys or girls. I guess they weren't thinking straight. Did you hear the Lumi giggle? That was a good one. Very funny. Did I miss a... victory.
Why are skeletons so calm?
Why are skeletons so calm? Dampier and Bayonetta are the monarchs of ball crushing. I see. Why are skeletons so calm? I don't know. Oh, because nothing
Hey,
gets under
what's
their
a skeleton's
skin.
favorite snack?
That's funny.
Because nothing gets under their skin.
What's a skeleton's favorite snack? Oh, is it bone meal? I imagine it is bone meal because you play a lot of Minecraft.
Ribs, spare ribs.
Spare ribs. That's more of a meal than a snack. But I guess bone meal is also more of a meal, huh? Bone meal. I don't know. It's funny how many of these puns rely on you knowing idioms. The contradictions. Powerful. One of the things I like in this game is that if you kill a group of enemies, you get a flask back. So as long as you can only take a certain, like a flask's worth of damage. You can actually just run around infinitely. Get out of here. I knocked him right out of the air.
My homie got rich selling gold from the mountain. He's great at minding his own business.
Okay, that's a good one too. I haven't heard that one before either. Sometimes you gotta open yourself up to new experiences. How am I finding all these sites of grace? I thought we basically explored the heck out of this place.
What does a baby computer call his father?
What does a baby computer call his father? What does a baby computer call his father? Wait. Giga, mega, hard drive, mouse, monitor? Monitor? I don't know. Good question. What does a baby computer? Data? Oh, that's bad. Okay, but it's cute. That's a cute one. The drunk bestie and the mining one are my original ones. Nice. Good joke coming up with abilities. Ray. I don't have a whole lot of jokes that I've come up with, but I'm really good at telling jokes that other people have come up with.
What's my fav pickup line I kept using when I visited Africa?
I mean, I am a clown. Fair enough. What's your favorite pickup line you used when you visited Africa? I have no idea.
Can you suck these nuts?
Suck on these nuts. Thank you. You've exposed me to a brand new avenue of these nutsing. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Where does this come out? Don't let them escape. Don't let them ever get away. Also, I appreciate the use of the text to speech, but are you sure you guys want to spend so many points on the text to speech stuff? It is fun. Should I lower the cost of the text to speech thing? It's 300. Most of my sound effects are 100. But the text to speech.
How did Darth Vader know what Luke was getting for his birthday?
It was so many points. Okay, fair enough. How did Darth Vader know what Luke was getting for his birthday? Oh. Chance. Hello, Chance. Thank you for the posture check and hydrate. I take it that your stream with Buffy is wrapping up or over. That's too bad. I was gonna raid you guys. Guys in the most colloquial sense possible. I was gonna raid y'all. We ended a tad ago. How was it? Did you have a good time? Did you have a good stream? You're doing a Star Wars thing, right? For May the 4th? May the 4th be with you. Lego Fortnite. Okay. Lego Fortnite is silly. You know, I actually had the chance to watch someone playing Fortnite for the first time not too long ago. And I gotta say, there's a lot to that game.
What's an entomologist's favorite band?
What's an entomologist's favorite band? The Beatles.
The
That makes
Beatles.
sense. Yes. So to catch you up, Chance, essentially, this was supposed to be a stream with a friend. But friend is sadly AWOL. So instead of stream with friend, we just stream and catch up and watch my graphics card slowly implode on itself. Clowning around, Chance. Nothing will stop me. It happens. Yeah. And it's, you know, nothing personal, I'm sure. I want to go over there. Wait, no I don't. I want to go this way. How's the Elden Ring been? You know, I'm just depopulizing the Weeping Peninsula for fun. I have this nice +8 halberd that we're putting to good use.
Why do clowns fight funny?
Why do clowns fight funny? I mean, they're clowns. I don't know if this is a... Is this the joke or the setup? They have a fast gag reflex? Oh,
They have a fast gag reflex.
there's a lot of different jokes you could make with that one, Ray. Keep workshopping it. There's a lot of ways you could go there. Yeah, life happens. But I'm purposefully avoiding any boss fights because our goal is to beat all the bosses together. We will devour the gods together. So I'm just running around. I have like 18,000
What vegetable
runes
is cool,
just from
but not that
murdering
cool?
animals. It's fine. What vegetable is cool but not that cool? What vegetable is cool but not that cool? I got a falcon. It's not a cucumber because cucumbers are cool. Cool but not that cool. I don't know. Is ham a vegetable? I would never eat a cold ham. Wait, no, cold ham is actually good, isn't it? Have you ever done that thing where you just like take a ham?
Radish.
What vegetable is cool but not that cool? A radish. It's just kind of rad. That's funny. I eat lunch meat right out of the fridge all the time. Pina colada. If you like pina coladas. Radish.
I scream, you scream, we all scream at the London Bridge burning down.
Ray's transition from jokes into poetry. You gotta write the D's nuts poetry, Ray. We must. You are big and scary. Allow me to murder you. Thank you. You have to write the D's nuts poetry.
I'm so good at sleeping that I do it with my eyes closed.
Is that true, though? Are you actually good at sleeping? We definitely killed the boss lady in here. I remember that. God, it's been a month since I was playing this game.
Shout out to Isaac Anzu for making neat music.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, actually, the music that you hear in the background is music that I've made purposely to reflect the corporate nature of this stream. We're business only music. Absolutely not. This is my third night of insomnia. I was gonna say, your presence here betrays you. Man, insomnia is a tough one because there's so many things that it could be like related to, right? I grab the arteria leaf. Eventually you can use the arteria leaves as crafting to make the meat, to make the meat buff. And I think that's a good buff. I see you. I'm so good at sleeping, I do it with my eyes closed. I'm so good at sleeping, I do it with my eyes open.
Why do vampires always seem sick?
Why do vampires always seem sick? Exalted meat things? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exalted flesh. What do we need? Lumps of flesh and hefty beef
coffin.
bones. Their coffin.
Pulls out meat scepter.
Pulls out meat scepter. Your meat scepter? Ray, you can't do that on here. This is family friendly. We're gonna get demonetized. You know, I'm all about pushing the boundaries, but not unless it costs me the money. You can get hefty bones from normal bears for free? Oh, I never said it's mine. Oh, fair enough. Okay, well, if it's someone else's meat scepter, then. When I was younger, I would, instead of cutting up large pieces of meat, as is proper and polite, I would just pick up the entire
What
thing
rock
with
group
a
has
fork,
4 men who don't sing?
and I would just eat it like a meatsicle. That's what my mom called it. The meatsicle. I wasn't allowed to do the meatsicle. What rock group has 4 men who don't sing? Blue Man Group's only 3. But I'm guessing it's a joke. A rock group. Four men who don't sing. I'm curious to know the answer. Meat Scepter sounds like a Death Clock song.
Mount Rushmore.
Indeed. A rock group with 4 men who don't sing is indeed called Mount Rushmore. That's a good one. I got it from a guy who's doing creepy asterisks. Who's out here doing creepy asterisks? Get out of here. Not acceptable. Somebody needs to take them by the face and say no. Who's an idiot sandwich? You are. What was I talking about? Insomnia is rough. It's like, ooh woo, pounces on meat. Oh, brother. He's pouncing on a meat scepter. One of the things you eventually learn in this game is that there's no such thing as a ruin that doesn't have a basement. Can you see it? Can you see the ruined basement down there? Every single ruin has a basement. The person who's getting creepy asterisk, I'm a girl. Ooh, pounces on your meat cavern. Pounces on your meat basement. Shield of the guilty. Meat curtains. Right, I forgot that was an actual phrase that someone made for horrible reasons. Every ruin has a basement, and it's great if you can find the place it's hiding. If you know it, then you'll probably go to it and see where it can hold the thing that you are looking for. It's not the bling you wanted, it is just a dumb shield with spikes on it. Not a very flowy
Why
rhyme,
did the
but
Scarecrow get an award?
nonetheless. Oh, why did the Scarecrow get an award? I know this one. Because he's outstanding in his field. Natch. That's usually how those go. We already found this thing, right? Yes.
Why what's an aspiring worker's faff park?
What's an aspiring worker's favorite park? Let's see. An aspiring worker could also be called an apprentice. LinkedIn Park? Oh my god. That's funny. Okay, you got me there. LinkedIn Park. That's good. All right, Ray, you've dropped some bangers here tonight. Well done. Keep up the good work. Clowns will be proud of the pirate clown. Rip Chester, yeah. Of course. Ray, I know that you're a very funny fella. What's the pirate aspect of your character? What do you do that's pirate-like? That does sound wrong when put together. The LOL is separate from the well wishes. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Hi. You're very scary, popping out of the ground. They just died to a single poke. Incredible.
Why do bulls make terrible salesmen?
Why do bulls make terrible salesmen? Interesting. Why do bulls make terrible salesmen? All right. Time for the battle on the big bridge. Below us, a cacophony of poison death. In front of us, this guy. Bro. Come have an epic battle with me on the bridge. I mistimed my jump attack on you. Ugh. Take that. I am the victor. Into the poison you go.
They charge too much.
They charge too much. That is a wonderful joke. Did you hear that one, Libby? Why do bulls make terrible salesmen? Because they charge too much. Bulls. They charge too much.
Well, that's cute.
Lumi says it's a cute joke. What's the one that really got me? I'll share a bunch of jokes with you later. You go and invade everyone's stream and conquer with your presence.
What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday?
What did the pirate say on his 80th birthday? I matey. Classic. I go to Bonnie and ram my ship into her castle and vibe with her Minecraft stuff. Invade almost everyone if the chaos index is high enough. The chaos index is pretty high this stream. We are not doing the thing that I wanted to do. And invade your streams because I love playing with the funny piano. The funny piano. The redeems? Is that what you mean by funny piano? Let's roll. See, we still have this entire half of the peninsula to liberate. Just imagine me coming onto the stage and I just grabbed your keyboard and started pressing keys out of key. Well, rude. Don't blow that horn. Johnny, don't blow that horn. Wait, who's the guy who blows the horn? Who's the guy who blows the horn? There's some dude who blows a horn in mythology. Oh. Quite the invasive pirate. I'm almost everywhere. That's fair. Clown and pirate. Jokes and invasions. Makes perfect sense. Okay, we definitely came this way before because there would have been an item there. Right here. See, look at this poor guy. Itemless. Me, I'm maidenless. This guy's itemless. Who's the real winner? Every drop grants power. That's what they say. Oh, come on. Oop. That was incredibly close. What's the oh, it's finger guns. Okay. Sorry, Con. I wasn't able to understand your emote there at a distance. But it is finger guns and sunglasses. Nailed it. How did the barber win the race? Win the race. By a hair? Oh, that's funny too. Oh, it was the radish joke that really got me. I think Lumi did hear that one.
He knew a shortcut.
He knew a shortcut. That's also funny. He knew a shortcut. I always imagine myself invading in people's streams in different ways. Like Chance will just bust down the rat hole and make it small once Chance is done. For my alien friend, I just climb in through the window of her show and just lay on the floor. And for me, you are climbing on stage and hitting keys on my keyboard. I understand. But honestly, it's not out of key. Like, metaphorically, you know what I'm saying? Tom Bzward. Tom's Ward. Ruins. New game. Speak English as if you had to pronounce every letter. So let's see if I can do that. Biek en glick as if you had to, oh God, pronounce every letter. Never mind, I don't like this game anymore. Why would you do this to you? Speaking to myself, why would you do this to you? Oh, look at the funny rock boys. The funny rock boys are rocking around the Christmas tree. It's wild that these creatures have like attack patterns because they're so like who even would kill these things? He said, intent on murdering every last one of them. Simply a force of chaos that strangely vibes with the flow of stream. So I was talking about this with a friend actually. Why I really like taking commissions. Because for me, creativity is sort of kind of like a process thing, right? Like I'm not here to make like some great big idea, but I'm here to do things in new and unique ways. The process is the key. I have over 20,000 runes now from just wandering around and murdering random animals. I hope I'm happy. With my soul. I hope my soul is happy. Look at you. You're still over there, little guy. Do these guys count as a group? They do. I actually got a flask back from killing all these guys. I guess that's good to know in case I ever like am wandering around in Law and Estus. I can just come kill a bunch of these dudes. Oh, and there's even a little scarab. Ooh. Get some. What's Lumi's favorite animal besides fish? Cheetahs. I know this very well because I got her a cheetah plushie for Christmas this last year. Look at all that damage. Look at all that damage. Damn, Madge. In the fish world, she likes octopi the best. Speaking of octopi, give me your feet. Thank you. I got a foot from that one and that one. These birds drop their feet way more often.
Why do cheetahs make strange jokes?
Why do cheetahs make strange jokes? Hey, Lumi. Hey, Lumi. Hey. Hey, Lumi, I know you're playing Baldur's Gate 3. Why do cheetahs make strange jokes?
It's cause they're dangerously cheesy.
They're dangerously cheesy. Oh, well, you made her laugh.
It's a Cheetos joke.
It's a Cheetos joke. Wait, is that why they picked a cheetah as their mascot? Because their name is Cheetos? I never thought about it.
It's Chester Cheetah.
His name is Chester Cheetah. Well, I knew that. I just didn't make the connection to the name of the snack. You don't like Cheetos?
No, Doritos are.
Doritos are the preferred cheesy snack here. Oh, I've been joined by Blue on my desk. Hello, Blue. So many cats today. Blue, you could be a big cat if you want to. You're powerful like that. He knows it's almost time for me to be done on the computer and go stretch and eat breakfast and refill his water cup. That's really why he's here. Our boy is a hydro homie. 100% hydro homie. A poke. 2 pokes to victory. I wonder why these guys carry mushrooms. All right, let's see if we can do this. The zombie horde. Lovely. Very lovely. You. Oh, God. Ouch. All right, my flask has been used. If I can beat these guys without using another flask or getting hit again, really. Oh God. And then I can, No, no. Then I can get my flask back. Now I wonder, what's your favorite animal, Isaac? Well, you know, I'm pretty partial to the animals that compose my chimera form. Is dragons, lions, and goats. And yes, dragons count as an animal. I don't know. I'm not really a big favorites person. I've been thinking about the question of what my favorite animal is for many years. And I have to say, at 343 years old, I still don't know. Do you think there's a test out there that you can take? BuzzFeed, what's your favorite animal test? I see. Were you hoping that my favorite animal was clown? Wait. What are clowns? Are they part of the animal kingdom? Or is it more like a profession? What's your, like, top 5 then? There we go. Top 5 animals. Oh, right. I did have a obvious answer to the what's your favorite animal question. It's the only animal that I've really ever come to know as more than a friend, but as family. And that's Blue. Blue's my favorite animal. You're my favorite animal, buddy. He's like, where's my water? You need to stop playing with your little toy here and give me my water. Yes, Blue, my cat. That's my favorite animal. Does that make me a cat person? No, I'm still actually a dog person. You missed. I missed. We probably have enough runes at this point to level up a few times. The road is long. Blue, careful. You're gonna step on the keyboard.
Unusual to this age.
Did this guy have other things that we need? Oh, did we get the lantern?
Have a safe journey.
Did we get the lantern? No, I need the lantern.
Anything else?
All right, lantern obtained. I guess we'll sell Jesus, the 62 golden runes that I found. Yeah, let's level up a little bit. Not trying to get ahead of Dolu here, but it would be a waste to forget about all these things. All right, so strength and dexterity, eventually, yes. We'll put a couple points in faith, because I do want to keep working on that, but the main one, the first thing you level up in Elden Ring is vigor, because you need it. I do want to do a little bit of a faith build, a little bit like strength with faith support. It's a classic Elden Ring build, but I think this is a good spot to bring our stream to an end. So let's go back to the just chatting screen, shall we? Yow! Did you like the little flip that Blue did there? A little flippity floppity flip flop. Elden Ring is closed, and immediately my graphics card goes down to a more reasonable level. That was Pog. A Pogger's little flip. The transition, very powerful. Bye bye, Isaac. Take care. Thank you. Yeah, we'll I'll get in touch with Dolu and make sure he's okay, and we'll try to stream again next week. I didn't actually do my go live tweets. I'm so bad at this streaming thing now. I have so many things that I keep forgetting to do. Why don't we find someone to raid? Why don't we find someone to raid? You know who's been a good friend for so long, and we should raid? Mr. Soulstone VT. And it looks like he's still going, so let's do this. Mr. Soulstone. 'Cause I'm a Soulstone. Alright. Before I go, I'm gonna try this raid message. Yes. Okay. I remember this time. All right. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still in chat, grab that raid message. and let's go raid the beautiful soul that is Soul Stone VT. But yeah, seriously, thank you for everyone stopping in. It was a bit of an unusual stream. We didn't do the thing we wanted to do, but I think that's okay. Who needs plot? Who needs goals? We'll just run around and talk about philosophy or tell jokes. That's what it's all about. Anyway, my name is Isaac Anzu. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you bright and early at the next stream. Bring your coffee, bring your suit and tie, and we'll catch you next time. Good night. Sleep tight, and don't let the bitcoins bite. Don't think I didn't see you, Revive Snow. Goodbye.